Roundup. Novak Djokovic praised the French Open while Nicolas Jarry had a horrible night in Paris. The French Open kicked off on Sunday with wins for Carlos Alcaraz, Naomi Osaka and some home favorites. All eyes were on Andy Murray and Stan Wawrinka as the three-time Grand Slam champions renewed their rivalry in the night session on court Philippe Chatrier. But there was plenty of action elsewhere at Stade Roland Garros as Nicolas Jarry was knocked to the floor while Novak Djokovic praised a change the tournament made on court. Express Sport takes a look at 5 things you missed on day 1 of the French Open. Djokovic hails gesture. Djokovic lauded the tournament after noticing a small but significant detail on X, formerly known as Twitter. The world number 1 replied to tennis journalist Gaspar Ribeiro Lanca, who shared a photo of a linesperson in a wheelchair on one of the outside courts. "I might be late, but it's the first time I see a line judge in a wheelchair. Tennis definitely has many flaws. But there's also a lot to be proud of," he wrote. And Djokovic picked up on it, reposting the photo. "What a great gesture. Wonderful," he replied, adding clapping emojis and tagging the French Open. Jarry's ball kid run, and it wasn't a good night for recent Rome finalist Nicolas Jarry at Roland Garros. The 16th seed crashed out in the opening round to Frenchman Corentin Moutet. And he was wiped out by a ball kid that ran into him mid-match. The Chilean was knocked to the ground when the ballboy ran back into position. Jarry was trailing 2-6-1-5 when he was brought to the floor. He bounced back to win the next set, but things got worse as he was bageled in the final set. Nishi's back Kei Nishikori played his first Grand Slam match since the 2021 US Open as he stepped out onto court 6 to face Gabriel Diallo. The former world number 4 has spent the best part of the last 3 years sidelined by injuries, and the French Open marked his second tournament since July. Nishikori raced into a 2-set lead, but the Canadian world number 166 won the next 2, forcing a decider. But the 2014 US Open finalist dug deep and sealed his first tour-level win in 10 months, coming through 7-5, 7-6, 3-3, 6-1, 6-7-5. All the head-gear clay season means controversial line calls. Without Hawkeye, the umpires do all the work themselves and run onto the court to check a ball mark in the clay. And everyone will be able to see their judgment now. As the umpires at the French Open were seen sporting head cameras on Sunday, with the feed used by broadcasters while the officials went over to judge calls. The tournament has yet to confirm whether the measure is in place to avoid arguments over ball marks, but the innovation was used on court Philippe Chatrier during Caroline Garcia's match.